Everybody. My name is Manny Acuna. I'm with Blankets of Honor. We're a veterans organization. And what we do here is we go around the United States and we honor our veterans. Now, there was an old saying back in the day when they came home from Vietnam, POWMIA, you are not forgotten. That has become a bumper sticker, faded, worn out, and peeled. So when I came home from Iraq, and after bringing home my buddy, I said, we're going to reboot that. And when I lost my buddy, I said, you are truly not forgotten. And we started making Blankets of Honor. Because I wanted to make sure that what happened in Vietnam and what happens every day to our veterans, that you are truly not forgotten. Not only that, I wanted to make sure that sons and auxiliary, sometimes a backbone, if not all the time, that they knew that they are thanked also. 5 years later, multiple states from Washington, not DC, Washington's to Florida, all the way up to New York,
to Maine,
and to California. We have drove for 1 or 2 veterans to make sure they are truly not forgotten. And we made sure that they are loved and no one goes forgotten. And today, we are here to honor and thank these 2 veterans. Now, a little bit backstory. I served in the Marine Corps, 81 to 86. We were Semper Fi. I was in Beirut when they blew up the barracks. We lost 241. Then, 20-year break, 9/11 happened. I raised my hand, and they said, you're going to go back in the Marine Corps. And I said, great, I'm going to be a jarhead again. I said, I always was one, but I'm going to wear the uniform. Then they said, you're going to go back in, but you have to go to boot camp. I said, sorry, I'll join the Army. So I joined the Army, and I did it for 11 years. Yeah. I love my Army. I love all my branches. Got blown up, brought one of our own home. And I'll tell you, there is no greater story than to honor not only our fallen, but the ones that are still here. But before we honor anybody, being that for some of us, Memorial Day is every day of the year. So we're going to have a moment of silence for all the ones that didn't come home. So if I can have you just uncover.
Kira.
Thank you for those ones who don't have a weekend, they don't have a barbecue. Every day of the year is memorial to their families and to their friends. That being said, we always start with a prayer. Chaplain?
Lord, you know how deep a warrior's wounds go. You know the loss that many of our veterans have in body and soul. You know the memories that haunt them and the scars that many of them continue to carry. Please bring healing to those veterans who are still hurt. Please grant patience and wisdom to those around them who cannot understand but can sometimes help the healing process. Please apply both natural and supernatural medicine to their wounds. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so at the 9th chili cook-off, we are honored not only to be a recipient of part of this cook-off, but to honor Larry and Fred. Now I gotta tell you, when I was driving in on my Humvee, I have a thing that the first person I meet at any organization, I have like a commander's corner I wanted to make up. And it's the kid I brought home. It's a firefighter that was KIA, that was killed from cancer, because that's something that kills, and a police officer, because it's a war zone out here. And I saw this young man, so I gave him my coin, and I said, "You're the first one I got to meet, so you get this coin." Little did I know I was gonna honor him, but he was so cool. It was like I met a movie star, because he just has this aura about him. And Fred, you know, when I was hearing about Fred, it's like, what didn't he do? And he goes, did he clean the bathrooms? Oh, he's the first one in there to clean up anything. So I'm going to just tell you a little background, and I want to thank the crew here, Murphy and
Caitlin.
Just the whole crew here, the riders. If you are with the veteran group, you know that it's not a group, it's a family. So for Larry, he served from 71 to 77. He served at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Now
He's Air Force, don't listen.
So I don't know if you know this about Fort Dix. Now, this is a joke with military, and they just became McGuire Air Force Base and Fort Dix, Lakehurst. They just came. And you know what they call it now? My dick hurts. True story. But So anyways, but that's true. So anyways, National Defense Service Medal, marksmanship, M16, and I'm sure there's a lot of others to go with this. So Larry is a proud U.S. Army veteran, having honorably serviced his country. His years in uniform shaped his discipline, loyalty, and quiet strength, and I mean it. When he was out there, he didn't have to say a lot of things. Pointed, come right here, and you can see the strength that continues to define him today. True story. After completing his service, Larry discovered his lifelong passion for motorcycles, as a lot of us do, embracing the freedom of the open road and the camaraderie that comes with it. Along that journey, he met his true love, Brenda, with whom he shared his cherished years with his recent transition, but until his recent transition to the eternal resting place. And, you know, I ponder this stuff because it took me 3 marriages to find my wife. And, you know, I've always wondered what I'd be without it, because I've done over 600 of these. Some great, some not so great. And I always heard they're looking down, but they're not looking down. They're in your heart. They're wherever, absolutely, Murphy, they're right beside you wherever you go. So no matter who you've lost, remember, they're right here with you. With whom you shared many years. When Larry isn't writing, he dedicates his time and heart to chapter 998, where he plays an active role in the rider functions and proudly serves as a treasurer, a position which keeps him busy and deeply connected to the mission of supporting veterans and the community. He is also a proud member of the Susquehanna Valley Hog chapter. He is also a dedicated life member to the Indiantown Gap National Cemetery Memorial Council. where every year he volunteers time to organize and maintain the Avenue of Flags. And if you've ever seen that, it brings tears to anybody who goes and sees their buddies there. I know I do. Known for his generosity and unwavering kindness, Larry is loved by many, if not by all. And if you don't love him, you're just a hater. He is a kind man who will give the shirt off his back without hesitation. Always ready to lend a hand, share a laugh, and often give support to anyone in need. Thank you, Larry. Now we come to Commander Cole, as he's known as to his friends, Fred. He served from 81 to 85, the same year as I served. Wow. He was stationed in Lowry Air Force Base, Colorado. Information Systems Operations Supervisor, 3 years, 11 months. That's what his MOS was. Fred Cole is a proud United States Air Force veteran. Military journey spans from 2 decades of dedicated service. His service committed 8 years of active duty, then he committed to the nation through the Air National Guard and Reserve, completing a full 20 military career marked by discipline, integrity, and unwavering patriotism. After retiring from the active service, Fred returned home to Pennsylvania, where life brought him to the greatest blessing, meeting his loving wife, Diana. Together they built the life rooted in community service and shared purpose. And I'll tell you something, when you have that special someone, it always makes your community service so much more special. Fred remains deeply involved in the veteran community and support. He is an active member of the Dauphin County Honor Guard, often solemn tribute to the fallen heroes, and he previously served as the director of the American Legion Riders, Chapter 998, where his leadership, give him a hand for that, where his leadership, strength, camaraderie, and service is above no other. Today, the post commander, Fred, continues to lead humility, dedication, and heart. He supports the Legion, functions, guides members with steady purpose, and embodies the values with honor, respect, and service that defines the American Legion and his riders. Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, Commander Cole. So today I'd like to thank you guys all for being here. It's not just about chili, although that is the purpose here, but it's about more than that. It's about our veterans and who we serve and how we can help. We are honoring Larry and Fred, who served in the United States military with honor and distinction. And today, it's not like the old days. Today, it's a calling that some don't have anymore. But these gentlemen here had it then, and they have it now. And God bless them. So today, as we wrap these blankets around you, let it be known that you are never alone. And as long as we exist, we will be ready to comfort you and honor you. We are brothers and sisters in arms, and for your service, you are truly not forgotten. Now, I tell everybody, give them a hand. Just like the threads in these blankets are woven together, we are all woven together by race, by where we grew up, how we were raised, but most of all, the love for country. And that is something no one can know but the ones that are here right now, unless they're not here because of other reasons. But we have that bond that no one can break. Know that there are less than 3% that have served this great nation, and we want to thank you for that. So again, thank you for your love of country, but more so, for the love of family. When I was away, yeah, I loved that American flag flying. Yeah, I loved my brother and sister next to me. But more so, it was that family we left behind. So in closing, I say one thing. There's no greater love than this, than to lay someone's life down for another brother or sister. Now, it's hard to go out there and love these days. But Jesus said, love, I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. So try to go out there, make a difference, and love one another like him. Set that example, be that example, and do good things. Thank you, gentlemen.
We're not done. We're not done.
Now before we go, Larry. We want to thank you with a certificate for your wall, letting you know that you're truly not forgotten. On this day, you are a hero among heroes, always. Commander, for your service, you are truly not forgotten. And let it be known from this day forward, if there's anything that Blankets of Honor here can do for you, we are also here for you. And back in the day, there was a challenge coin given. And in this challenge coin, sometimes now it's even more important than a ward on your chest. We made this a special one with true heroes. This is the presentation one. This is the one that's only given because you were presented with a blanket of honor.
All right, we're good.
May God bless you, and may God bless this country. Thank you.
What do I say? I don't know. I just enjoy doing things for everybody. This is above and beyond. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Thank my Legion Riders. They're my family now. But I don't know what else to say. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say other than what Larry just said, but I like to do things for the community. When my father passed away, there was an honor guard there to hold the flag and present it to me. And from that time, I thought a lot of those individuals who did that for him. And my wife happened to be looking at the paper and seeing that the Dauphin County Veterans Honor Guard was looking for people. So I immediately got in contact and continue to be doing that for at least 10 years now. I think my military service that I had, the discipline, I've said this to my wife many times. When you're in the military and you're working, everybody you're working with, your family, you watch their back. You help them through anything that needs done. And I lost that when I left. I went in the civilian world. My first civilian job I had, I got there and just, in my case was, people were looking out for themselves. It's hard to get people to do things and going, why did I leave the military? But this is a great honor. Thank you very much for believing in us, and we'll continue to help you any way we can. Thank you very much.
I just want to say one last thing, because I know we want the raffles, we want to get some more chili, find out who's the winners. if you have somebody that you want to honor, if you want to say thank you for their service, if they're a son or auxiliary, if they're a firefighter or a police officer, check us out. If you want to donate, check us out. We're on Facebook. Just look up Blankets of Honor. And gentlemen, I want to also say, that speech was not me. The second one, it was, where's that young lady, Caitlin? She wrote that up. So I got to give her special props for that. But you guys are all awesome. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And just pray for our veterans. We love you.